Hey guys, I'm at the driving again, man. I was just thinking to myself as I was driving in here, I've taken advantage of this year's driving. I'm enjoying this season, as opposed to last season, that stupid pandemic. Hey, tonight's movies are going to be Jungle Cruise, and it's going to be, what was that, Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, or I don't know, I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, I don't have that many horses in any of these races. But at the same time, it's a drive-in, and I'm set to see some good movies. Hey, you know, what movie isn't good with good old Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, in it? In just a few seconds, I'll let you know what I think about Jungle Cruise. All right, see you. Hey guys, I just got done watching Jungle Cruise, a movie that I've always called Jungle Cruise, and I've never called it anything else. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Let's go ahead and just tell you the premise real quick. It's basically, we got two adventurers, played by Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. They are looking for a flower with this, like, magical medicinal value to it. It's called the Purple Heart, the Purple Rose, the Purple something. I don't know. I didn't commit to memory. So the story goes that this flower was supposed to help this Spaniard cure his terminally ill daughter. So they go on to into this jungle. And one by one, they die. They completely die. They are nursed back to health by the use of this flower. And then, of course, they get greedy. They are cursed to live in the jungle and to be in that jungle for the rest of their existence. This movie kind of gets into kind of like a supernatural realm that kind of made me uncomfortable. I didn't like all the imagery it gave to us as far as the supernatural goes. As far as the main characters go, we do have Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt kind of playing not only the jungle adventurers, but kind of a love interest that goes along. She does have a sidekick. Her brother, her cousin, I'm not sure. I didn't, again, pay attention close enough to remember that. But he proved to be as comical, kind of like a comical relief, and I enjoyed that. So this movie played a very tongue-in-cheek, kind of off-the-cuff kind of adventure. It was anywhere from the range of cartoony to like Indiana Jones-ish. It was... The action sequences were very not tame, and it had little consequence. And I've said this a million times, but the action sequences is only as good as your emotional investment in it. So if you don't feel that danger, then that action sequences, it kind of doesn't work as well as it should. Yeah. So okay. So sum it up, we have kind of like a very fantastical adventure with supernatural elements, and some of the imagery does not work all that well, but we also have some likable characters, and it does conclude on a very happy note. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 60%. It wasn't the best to offer, but it was definitely not anything that if it was playing on one of my streaming services, I may watch it again. It wasn't definitely not my favorite movie though. 60% is the best I'm going to give this movie. I'm going to go and move on. You know, I said that I watched Escape Room, and I did. I can't remember the score. I'm going to just refer to me in the past. I'm going to give this movie a rousing 75%. I enjoyed it. I thought it was on the plus side, at least. That's what I gave it originally. Let's see if... I gave it a pass. I did like it. It wasn't the greatest movie in the world. So let's see what this offers. Usually sequels usually go down in the quality. So let's see if this follows that trend, or if we have, something worth watching. Either than that, in just a few seconds, guys, I'm going to be right back to let you know what I think about Escape Room Tournament of Champions, I think it's called. All right. Hey, guys, I just got done watching the movie Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Well, here's the thing. You're going to want to walk into this movie and turn your brain completely off. Just exit out of reason and believability. If you just watch it for the escape rooms, if you just watch it for the special effects, if you watch it for clever turns and twists as far as plot goes, you're going to enjoy this movie, but don't try to reason it out too much. The basic premise is exactly the first one. We have a group of 7, 8, I'm not going to count them, people who are in an enclosed environment. And it's their mission to solve some kind of clues, to unlock a door, to open a hatch, to shut down a machine, to do something to get them to the next room, escape room. And that's all fine and dandy, and that portion of that movie's fun. The thing is that the rooms that they set up, some in this movie, in fact, were not as clever as I would want them to be. But at the same time, the clues and the situations of the movies are just so overblown and so impossible. It would take a crew of genius-level engineers with unlimited resources to create some of these rooms, to the point where it's superhuman. I'm going to throw a name at you that you would not have any possibility of understanding, except for you, Kevin, if you're watching this. There was a villain in the X-Men comics. His name was Arcade, and that was his shtick, was he would create rooms that were so incredibly elaborate, and they would have to bust out of them and figure out small puzzles to get out of them. The most famous one I remember is where each individual character is in a ball, and they were shot through a gigantic pinball machine. That only worked in the comics, and it was super cool in the comics. I loved reading that when I was a 10-year-old young guy. To see that in movie form is just kind of expecting a little too much of their audience. It was way too elaborate, way too expensive for any of those rooms to ever exist. But again, if you are willing and able to turn off your mind and turn that aspect of this movie off, I think you would enjoy this movie. Does the franchise grow and become and offer anything new that we weren't offered in the first movie? Absolutely not. Even ends on a note that sets up for a third movie without any growth whatsoever. But at the same time, it was an enjoyable ride. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 75. I think that's what I gave the first one. Again, we'll go back in the history and find that out. But it was enjoyable for what it was. I would probably watch this as a rental or as a streaming service, but I would not go see it in the theaters. So, just for a great card, we got Jungle Cruise, Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt giving a very inviting and pleasant performances in a otherwise pretty campy and kind of awkward movie. Some of the effects and the supernatural situations they use in it didn't work all that well for me. I went ahead and gave it a 60% or 65. 60, yeah. We'll see in history. And then we had Escape Room, which, again, you're going to have to suspend a whole bunch of disbelief to kind of swallow this bitter pill. But at the same time, if you're willing and able to, it was about a 75%. It was almost enjoyable. That's it, guys. That's my reviews. All right. I'll tell you what. I know exactly what my next movie is going to be. Dude, it's Suicide Squad. I watched the trailer just watching this movie, and oh my god, it's the first DC movie that I've ever been excited to see, especially since I know that James Gunn's at the helm of this movie. He turned out a good Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I have faith in him. He's going to turn out a good Suicide Squad movie. So next week is when that's coming out, and it's actually showing at the drive-in theater. I've already seen the listing for at least Thursday, and if they continue on, it's going to be what's like The Conjuring, some sequel for The Conjuring, which I'm not excited about, but I will go see it just for shits and giggles, along with Suicide Squad. So that's my next movie and my next review. But until then, guys, I wish you guys peace. Montane, I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.